Number 3, we like to study. The spiritual gift of teaching usually includes liking to do research, so that you never teach a lesson that is sloppy or slothful. We just can't stand it. Luke is my great example of this. Luke shows to us how important research is. Luke said that before he wrote his gospel, he investigated everything carefully from the beginning. Then he turned around and did it again for the book of Acts, which means that 25% of the New Testament, 25%, Luke wrote more of the New Testament than anyone else, just a few pages more than Paul if you add them up. But Luke is number one. 25% of our New Testament is due to the kind of hard work, study, research that people who have the gift of teaching love to do. Now let me give you an illustration from myself. Administrivia is hard on me. The fact that I call it administrivia tells you something, does it not? It is hard on me. I can do it for a while. I can sit in the meetings and provide comic relief, and sometimes that's my only contribution, but I can do that. And so I try to think and I try to figure things out. But when I study, I am content. I love books. They never whine. They never complain. My books are always in a good mood. I love books. Preparation is not a problem for a person who has the gift of teaching. That's what we do. We'll cross land and sea to get the answer to a question or to understand a Bible verse better. That's what we do. You may have the gift of teaching if you love to study, if you like time in books. Number four, we are not boring. Oh, Lord, help us, Jesus, please. A boring preacher might as well be speaking in tongues. Nobody understands. They're gone. There's somebody else. They used to tell us preacher boys, if you don't strike oil in 15 minutes, quit boring. You know, the younger crowd at 11 o'clock won't get that joke. You know? All right. Thank you for laughing at that. I do have the spiritual gift of joking. No, I'm kidding. All right. A teacher is always trying to find a good illustration. That's what we do, man. We want a story or some new angle to a concept, not some new truth. No, but a new angle. And our people receiving truth is what matters most to us. That's why we love to see people in the crowd taking notes. We believe that pencil and paper are proof of spirituality. Those of you who take notes on your iPads, we don't trust you as far as we can see you. We know you're answering emails. Yeah, you think you're fooling us. I watch this, I see this in staff meetings, and I love my staff. I love them passionately. We'll be in staff meetings, and several of us have got computers just sitting around, and we're all sitting there, and we're all kind of looking official, and I look around, I'll see somebody typing when nothing important is being said, so they're not taking notes on what's being said. I know exactly what they're doing, but it's okay. It's all right. That's fine. The point is that we teachers, we want to feel that people are receiving. We want to pass on truth. We want to set it up in such a way to make it interesting. We have the gift of teaching if people don't fall asleep when we teach and they keep coming back for more. If you teach and nobody shows up afterwards, go do something else. Now, let me talk to you now about one of the most controversial things that I have believed for decades. The critical importance to Christianity of communication that captivates. It's why I believe that drama, writing, music, and the other arts are part of the teaching gift. In other words, I say the ladies that play the violins, men and women play the violins and play the trumpets, I say they have the gift of teaching. Because they're coming behind the conveying of truth. You see, the arts capture attention. They cause a person, whoa, never thought of that before. See, an unbeliever, they build a wall to all the ways they've heard the gospel before. If they didn't like the preaching when they grew up, they build a wall. If they didn't like preachers, build a wall. Can't get to them. They're not going to read a book, so here's the wall. But here's what an arts person can do. A picture, a cartoon, a movie, some piece of artwork, a song can go around the wall. It catches them off guard. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. They make a message more moving. They don't use the old circuits that have been closed off. They create new nerve pathways to penetrate the essence of a soul. A generation ago, in fact, maybe 2 generations ago now, Francis Schaeffer said of Christianity, if we lose the arts, we lose the culture. The arts are what powerfully communicate truth. It's not art for art's sake, no. It is art for God's sake. It is art for truth's sake, to drive the message home. I've believed that for decades, and there's some pushback on that, but I truly believe, I think I can make a good argument for that. So here's what we have. You may have the spiritual gift of teaching if you've tried it and it worked. If you love the Bible, if you love to study, and if you're not boring.